Hey guys, I'm Natalie. Welcome to today's workout. We're going to be doing 20 minutes today, kicking off with a 2-minute warm-up, doing 16 minutes of high intensity intervals, broken down into 4 rounds, 8 exercises per round, 20 seconds high, 10 seconds rest, with an additional 20 seconds rest in between each of the rounds, finishing up with a 2-minute cool down. You'll be needing a floor mat and the option of hand weights. I'm going to use a pair of 5-pound hand weights. Guys, as always, you can do the entire routine without any hand weights at all, or you can use lower weights or higher weights as you wish. Let's kick it off with our 2-minute warm-up. A nice wide stance. Give me a mini squat and a jab to the front. And make sure you're engaging those abs, like one of those jabs is going to go right in your tummy. And be mindful of trying to engage the pelvic floor and pull yourself up through the crown of the head. So you want to support your torso using the core, which goes from the pelvic floor all the way to the diaphragm. So try and engage that area as much as possible, or as much as you can remember. All right, guys, bring it into an uppercut. Bring that squat a little bit deeper. And I'll show you guys lower impact options for any move that requires jumping. So you're still going to get a great workout. High intensity does not need to be high impact. Come a little bit lower. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Bring it across the body, pivot at the hips, come down into that squat. Just gonna ease ourselves into it here. And we're just trying to get our heart rate between 80 to 90% of your maximum during the high intensity intervals. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Keep that nice wide stance, come down, squeeze it up. Drive up through the heels, squeeze that booty at the top. Let's turn the glutes on. Keep those abs engaged. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Guys, just do a little shuffle here. I'm going to show you the first move. Feet are going to be hip distance apart. We're going to do palms facing in, hammer curl, bicep curl, jump to wide squat, jump into narrow, jump to wide. And we're just staying there. If you don't want to jump, same thing. Bicep curl, step to wide, step to narrow, step to wide, step to narrow. Grab your hand weights, get into position, suck those abs in, back up tall. Get ready for a bicep curl with a narrow stance. Here we go. Bicep, jump to wide, jump to narrow, wide, narrow, or step to narrow, wide to narrow. Go at your own pace, guys, but stay low. Slow it down even further if you need to, or feel free to speed it up. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, just rest and watch. Your right leg forward, left leg coming back. Forward raise to a knee up, or forward raise and jump. Here we go. So just start with a knee up, and if you like, you can just do a little hop as you come up out of that lunge. Make sure that rear leg is coming back down into a 90-degree angle. So you've got 2 90-degree angles, the front and the back leg. One more. So switching legs. So you want to make sure your leg's not coming straight back, but it's bending. Heart rate should be getting up there. Here we go. Rear lunge, either a knee up, or if you like, you can add just a very little hop. Maybe you just want to do 1 and 1, or you just want to stick with this static knee up. Your choice. A few more, guys. 2, 1. Okay. Back up tall. Lateral lunge to curtsy to lateral. Here we go. So side lunge, arm raise to curtsy. And we're doing a knee up in the middle as we raise our arms out into a lateral raise. Come deep into that curtsy lunge. Come all the way down. 2, 1. Guys, going to the left. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bring it down, lateral raise with the knee up to curtsy. If the knee up's too much, you can just tap the foot on the way through. Otherwise, knee up, come low into the curtsy and low into the side lunge. 2, 1. All right, guys, this time, left leg back. It is going to be straight this time. In a runner's lunge, Bend forward into warrior and back down. Here we go. Come up into warrior and back down with that back leg straight. And we're doing a reverse fly with the arms, squeezing those shoulder blades together. As that back leg comes up, try and raise it using what would be your left glute cheek. All right, snuck out of one there. Switch legs, your left leg forward. So the right leg's coming straight back, not tucked under this time. Here we go. Bring it up into warrior and back down. And squeeze those shoulder blades together. It's your right leg's raising this time. Try and initiate the raise using that right glute. 3, 2, 1. Guys, come down on the ground. We're gonna do a hand plank. You're either gonna jump up from side to side, or you're just gonna step one foot and then the other. Here we go. So jump up, center, or step out, back. If you wanna start like this and then move into the single steps, that's fine too. A few more. 2, 1. Woo. Guys, one down, 1, 2, 3 to go. I can't count. All right, guys, leave your hand weights out for this first one. Just simple. Squatting it down with a hand tap or stepping side to side. Here we go. Alternating hand to alternating foot, or you can just step it out side to side if you don't want to jump. 3 seconds, guys. 2, 1. Okay. Feet nice and wide. Squatting it down, coming up, lunging over and up. Here we go. Squat down with an arm push. Come into a lunge and up. Squat forward and into a lunge. So we're just sticking to the right lunge with a static move. So a lunge to a squat. One more. All right, guys. Let's take it the other way. A squat with an arm push and a lunge to the left. Push the arms out, come up, lunge it over. And then lunge it over. Halfway there. Come nice and low into that squat. Legs are parallel to the ground if you can. One more. All right, guys. Weight on the right leg. Left leg. Coming forward. Bicep curl to overhead press. Here we go. Come forward, drop the weights. Bicep curl, knee up to overhead press. So weights are dropping and then overhead press. So you're doing a bicep knee up to an overhead press. I really hope that I explained that correctly. 2, 1, switching legs. So dropping your hands, bring them up as you bring the knee up and then into an overhead press. Right leg this time. Drop the weights. Bicep curl as the knee comes up as we're transitioning from forward to a rear lunge. Nice deep lunges. Legs both in 90 degrees. All right, guys. Hand weight static, feet wide. Come low. We're just doing little jumps or static knee lifts. Here we go, stay low. So either little jumps or static sumo knee lifts, but stay low. Come on, guys. A few more. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, come down into a forearm plank. Just one leg, I'm gonna use my left leg, comes into the chest and kicks out. Here we go, knee in, kick it out. Now as you kick it back, squeeze through that glute cheek. So I'm using my left leg, squeeze through the left glute. As the leg kicks back, squeeze, draw it in, squeeze it out. Keep those abs engaged. All right, guys, switching legs. I'm gonna move to my right leg, and then we're halfway through. It's a hard one today. Here we go. Right knee in, squeeze it back. Keep those abs engaged. If you need to, just drop the other leg or the other knee to the ground and lift it back up when you can. Come on, guys. Draw it in, squeeze it back. 2, 1. Woo! Halfway there. We're gonna repeat rounds 1 and 2. So you get a second chance to execute. So remember, bicep curl to wide, to narrow or step. Here we go. Bring it down, wide, narrow, wide. If you like, step it. Sorry guys, I completely got that messed up. So the weights come down as you go wide. They come up as you go narrow. 3, 2, 1. Okay, re-lunge knee up or knee up with a hop. In the second half, you may not feel like you need to push it as hard, and that's just fine. So re-lunge, knee up, or if you like, you can hop, or you can do 1 and 1. So knee up, and then a hop. I'm gonna stick with 1 and 1. So as your heart rate elevates throughout the workout, you'll find you don't need to work out as hard to keep it at 80 to 90% of whatever your max is. And maybe you don't need to jump at all to stay in that zone. Switch legs. Re-lunge, knee up, re-lunge, hop. Either stick with the hop or the knee up, or you can do 1 and 1 like me. Knee up, hop. Let's do 1 more. Okay guys. Side lunge, knee up with a lateral raise to a curtsy. Here we go. Side lunge to a curtsy. Stay strong, guys. Or if you need to, pause, rest, and get back into it. Or just cool down. You've already done 8 minutes today. And some days that might be enough. Okay, switching sides. I think it's a tough one today. Here we go. Side lunge, knee up to curtsy. Curtsy. Halfway there. You can slow it down if you need to. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. We're gonna do, I've got fluffy hair, that runner's lunge. Left leg back, straight. Come forward into warrior with a reverse fly. Feels like a rest. So we're trying to drive the weight as we're balancing on that front leg through that front heel and squeezing that left glute cheek up if your left leg's back. Switch legs. Left leg forward, right leg back, nice and straight in a runner's lunge. Here we go. Come forward and squeeze those shoulder blades together and squeeze that glute cheek as you're raising your rear leg. A few more, guys. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, coming down on the ground onto your hands. You can either jump up and back or step right and left. Here we go. So you can start by doing the jump, and if you need to, just move into that right left step. Or you can do 1 and 1. So do 1 step, 1 step, 1 skier, 1 skier. Let's do 1 more step. Man, I'm really feeling it today. Okay, round 4. Last round. Grab your hand weights, put them close by. First move. jumping down or stepping. Here we go. So either jumping and reaching or stepping wide into that squat. Last time we're doing it today. Come low. 3, 2, 1. I cannot stop the flow of this hair. All right, guys. Wide squat. Push it down to lunge. Here we go. Squat, push the arms forward to a side lunge. Just sticking side lunge to the right. Feels like a rest. Drop those weights as you're coming into that side lunge and push the arms forward. Drop the weights, push them forward. Woo. Going to your left. Catch your breath. Here we go. Squat, side lunge. This time to the left. Come all the way down in that squat if you can. Last time we're doing it today. Try and keep those abs engaged. Slow it right down if you need to. I'll go faster if you like. All right, guys. Your left leg. Forward lunge. Bicep to overhead press rear lunge. Here we go. Forward to rear. So drop the weights in the forward. Bicep curl to rear. Forward. Overhead press to rear. A few more. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Left leg going back. We are on the home stretch. 4 more to go. Here we go. Drop it forward. Knee up to rear. Overhead press on the rear. Lunge. Try and keep those abs engaged. Slow it right down if you need to. 2, 1. Guys, I'm going to put my weights aside. You can hold on to them if you like. We're going to come down into either low sumo jump or lifting the knees. Here we go. So either jump it or lift the knees. My heart rate's way up there. And I don't really like pushing it over 90%. I find I don't feel that good after I finish. 2, 1. All right, guys. Second last exercise, forearm plank. I'm going to start with my left leg. It's going to come in and squeeze back. Drop this right knee if you need to. You can always drop it and then pick it back up. So you can drop it for a few and then pick it back up. This is a core move. It's a move for the glutes, which are technically part of the core. Try and engage that pelvic floor whenever you can. All right, guys, 1 more to go. My right leg, use whatever the opposite leg is of whatever you're working out. Here we go. Draw it in and squeeze it back. Make sure you squeeze that booty. Make everyone count. We've only got 10 seconds to go and we're done for the day. Well done, guys. I think this was a hard one. 2, 1, and done. Woo. All right, guys. Right leg forward. Press through that left hip and open it up. Catch your breath. Slow it down. Bring the left arm in front of the body. Catch it with the right. Rock back into a hamstring stretch. Flex this front foot. Make sure your back's flat. You don't need to hunch it over to get down there. Okay, press through that left hip again. This time, left arm up. Catch it. Tricep stretch. Still push through that hip and open it up. Rock back into a hamstring stretch again. Foot flexed. Back is straight. Guys, switch feet. Left leg forward. Push through that right hip. Really drop your butt into it and open it up. Right arm comes across in front of the body. Press back using your left arm so you're opening up this shoulder. And still press through that right hip. All right, rock it back into a hamstring stretch. Foot's flexed, back is flat. Push forward again, through that right hip. Right arm comes up. Give it a tricep stretch. Back into one more hamstring stretch. So guys, you really don't need to go over 90% of your max to do the high intensity intervals. I could show you reams of research, scientific data that shows that 80 to 90% of your max is sufficient. Let's come over to one side. Is sufficient to get the benefits of the high intensity interval training. And remember that the rest interval is equally as important as the high intensity interval, because the fluctuation in oxygen consumption, let's just come forward and hang here for a breath. Scooch the feet in together. Bend your knees if you need to and slowly round the back up. Let's do a quad stretch. So the fluctuations in oxygen of high, low, forces your cells to adapt to better utilizing fat as a source of fuel. So you become a more efficient fat burning machine, not just now while you're working out, but for the next 24 hours plus after you finish working out. So the recovery period from high intensity interval training consumes a lot more, let's just stretch over one side of the body, than that of lower intensity steady state exercise. And stretch across the other side of the body. So don't just think about the calories that you're burning now in this workout. I burnt about 250. It's also the calories that you're going to burn in the next 24 hours as your body recovers. And there was a great study that showed a 20-minute high intensity group versus a 40-minute lower intensity steady state jogging or treadmill group. The 40-minute group burnt more calories during the 40 minutes of exercise than the 20-minute high intensity interval trainers. But over the next 24 hours, the high intensity interval trainers burnt more calories from the workout plus post-exercise recovery than their 40-minute counterparts. So don't worry about counting calories during this workout. Just turn up, go at 80 to 90% of your max, have a good time. Comments or suggestions, leave them down below. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you for the next workout.